Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you to this Tweet Be Happy Live. I am coming live to you tonight from Iowa, and I am Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin Up demonstrator from Iowa. And this is Tuesday night, October 7th. I come live to you every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So I am trying to look over here to my left to make sure that I have the rotation of the screen proper. So, and it looks like it's there. Just a minute here. I got to refresh it. But anyway, tonight, last week's live was a little different than I normally do. And this week's is going to be a little bit different also, because I believe in Stampin' Up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I believe that they are a good company. They have good people that are leading the company. Plus, it's just a sweet, wonderful community of demonstrators. And I don't know if you can see my sweatshirt or not. Can you? Let me stand up here just a little bit. It says, Tweet Be Happy. It might be kind of hard for you to read. It's backwards. But someday I'm going to get this camera working right so that I am further away. But for right now, let's go for it. And I have a smiley face on my sweatshirt. I think I showed you guys that last week. The little things like that just to make me so happy. And that's what Stampin' Up does. Stampin' Up has some of the best products, quality products. The color coordination is really nice, and I'm going to be showing you some of their kits tonight later on after I talk to you a little bit more about Stampin' Up. And they have, the kits are all inclusive. Everything you need to create the project is included in that kit. So the only extra thing you might need would be maybe a pair of scissors. But those kits you can give as gifts. You can take them with you when you go camping. We're a camping family. And so I take a couple of paper pumpkin boxes and a couple of kit boxes. And while we have a camper because I'm married to a farmer. So when we go to the other farms, we take the camper up there rather than, staying in a hotel or driving back home the hour and a half. So anyway, I'm going to show you some kits. But before we do that, I want to just, again, promote the demonstratorship of Stampin' Up. For the month of October now, we have a Build Your Team special where we can have people join. I've got to change my video here so I can see if I have comments or anything. I have a couple of people watching, and I don't want to miss comments, but I probably will because I can't do both things at once. But anyway, so during the month of October, we have an amazing Build Your Team special. We need you. We want you. I want you on the Tweet Be Happy team. I have, my team is perfect right now, just the way it is. I have the sweetest, kindest ladies, but we could always use more sweet, kind ladies. So anyway, the best special right now is to join. You would buy a starter kit for $35, and you would get to select $125 worth of product. Now, you can select whatever product you want. It's totally up to you. But if you need some help, I'm always here to help you. I even have prepared a form that's got 5 different options. Like if you are an avid card maker already, if you're a brand new card maker, or if you're a scrapbooker, or if you just want to buy kits. And then the 5th option is somebody that's been scrapping, that's been card making or paper crafting for a long time, and you just want to stock up on some essentials. So that's, and then the 6th option is totally created by you. So the other join special we have is at the normal price, which would be the $99, but then you would get to choose $189 worth of product. Now there's no shipping with this, and the couple of gals that I've signed up, they said their kits should arrive in 1 or 2 days. So Stampin' Up! Gives their demos priority. So they don't charge any shipping, and besides the product that you order, you will also get a paper pumpkin kit, a past one, which is worth $28 right there. And then you will get some business supplies. You'll get a catalog, you'll get some order forms, and there might be a couple of other things in there, okay? But what I wanted to focus on for a little bit here is why become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. The biggest reason is the community. You will meet people that you would not have met otherwise. Think of it kind of like this. As I was a youth in 4-H, I met people from all around the county that I was in. Plus, when I would do things on the state level, I would meet people on the state level or around the state. Or if I went to Washington, D.C., the citizenship short course, I met people from all over the United States. It's the same with if you're a wrestler, all the people that you meet because you have that bond in common of wrestling. Well, paper crafting is the same thing. You have, you find your tribe, and you learn from them, you share from them. Once in a while, you cry on each other's shoulders because of different life situations. But for the most part, it's a very safe community, and it is very rewarding because what you don't think of, somebody else will think of as far as a card creation. And oh my gosh, you guys, these people have so many good ideas that I create some. I'll admit it, I'll create some. But for the most part, I just case everything, which is copy and share everything. So you try to change it just a little bit. And then we always give one another credit too for the card that we might have cased. So another thing is why most of us join is for the discount, the 20% discount that you get on all products after you purchase your starter kit. Now like right now, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there is a kits promotion going on where some of the kits are on sale for up to 30% off, okay? Well, we would get that percentage off, plus we would get our demo percentage off too. So that's another perk. And then another one is an opportunity to be part of a large crafting community. We go to each other's, houses to paper craft. We may go to like my upline. She has retreats where her team will go to a retreat, just like my team has retreats. And then if Stampin' Up! Has a retreat, then you can go to that too. So it's a large crafting community. Again, another great group of people that you get to meet that you wouldn't have met otherwise. Then there's all these tools that you learn to use to make your work easy. Now, I love my job. I don't see it as work. When I am, coaching somebody on a new tool or maybe a new technique, I see that as fun. And so I've been using a lot lately that that you love what you do and you share what you do. And that's exactly what I've been going through. Hello, Dolores. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Your comment's very sweet. And then also, you can do, when you become a demonstrator, when you buy this starter kit, you can do whatever you want with that starter kit. If you want to, open it up and, start using it right away, and invite over some neighbors, invite over family or friends, or maybe you just want to just stay in your home on a winter blizzardy day. Whatever you want to do with that starter kit, it's yours to do with it. But as you go down the road, you get your thoughts change, your confidence increases, your enthusiasm gets contagious, and before you know it, you want to maybe start a little business with it. So there's tools to help you grow this business. There are accountability sessions that you can attend, so that when you want to become a leader and you want to get some tips and tricks and just some easier ways to introduce the starter kit to somebody, you can go to an accountability Zoom call and hear from experts how they do it. You hear what works for them. May not work for Susie or Jane, but maybe what Polly's doing, you may try that. So you just can't. It's just there's lots of things to help you with. Stampin' Up has their own website. The demos there's a demo view and then there's a customer view. Now we see what the customer sees. The customer can't see what we see because the Stampin' Up is providing lots of additional instructions, maybe some training suggestions, or maybe they're trying to encourage you to present it to your team. So there's lots of forms on that website that you can use. I know I think of one right away. It's called like 40 contacts in, I don't know, 4 minutes or something like that. So you write down 40 people that you would know. And then, you have 4 minutes to do that in. And so then when you get to thinking, wow, who can I invite to my party? Well, you look at that list of 40 people and boom, you've got people that you can ask. Now, is it easy? No, not when you first start. It's hard. It's all confidence. It's kind of like, I was a 4-H'er for 9 years. And I can remember when I used to have to give demonstrations. You had to give, I think you had to give 1 demonstration or maybe 2 demonstrations a year. And you had to lead the 4-H pledge or the Pledge of Allegiance, or you had to, take an office. So you had to maybe conduct the meeting, or you had to read the minutes of the meeting, or you had to read the treasurer's report. Those all have helped me who I am today. All those organizations that we assumed responsibility for, it shapes us for who we are today. And it's really been fun watching my grandsons as they start going to school. Now I have a 1st grader and I have a kindergartner, and I shout out to them if they're watching tonight. I hope the boys had a good couple of days in school. They've been in school about a month now. And, school is very hard. They have to, sit still. They have to listen. They have to make sure that they're kind and that they're sweet. And they have to make sure that, that they may not always get to be first to do something. They may be the last one. So they're learning patience. So kudos to my grandsons. I know school is hard work, but it is so worth it. Someday when you get to be Grandma Darla's age, you're going to go, hey, that was easy stuff. just like with me doing this video now, you know, it's such a joy to share this stuff with you guys because I love what I do. So, so another thing would be an opportunity to learn new techniques and skills. That is another perk of being a demonstrator. And I think the best one is that the reason to want to build your team right now or to join the Tweet Be Happy team is because it's just great timing. We're going to be getting together with family and friends pretty soon, you know, extra with holidays and stuff coming up. And what a better way to spend time around the table than to make cards that you can send to other people, or just sitting around a table with a group of ladies and doing a church ministry or something like that. It is so rewarding when you get a phone call from the receiver and they say, "Did you make this card for me?" It is just beautiful. And you can say, "Yeah, I did. I've been thinking about you. How are you? What have you been doing?" You know, you carry on that little conversation. And maybe even the door will open up and they'll say, "Could I do this sometime?" And I'll say, "Yeah, you can come to one of my classes. I have classes the 3rd and 4th Friday of every month at my house." You check my Tweet Be Happy Facebook page, check the events, and for the dates that you want to join us, go ahead and say going. Then that gives me an idea of how many card kits to present. I like to keep my classes under 10. It just seems like sitting around the table and stuff, it just works, and we're sharing stamps and ink pads and things like that. So anyway, there's a lot more. That's just a few. But where do we go from here? Well, I want you to think about everything that I've said tonight. I want you to think about, you know, what a $35 value is to you. Normally the starter kit is $99. So right there, that's a good deal. You know, that's quite a savings. And if you're like me, you like to save money. So for the $35 you're going to get $125 worth of products. So if that sounds like something that you would like to try, you know, send me an email, send me a text, call me, whatever. All of my information is on the Facebook Tweet Be Happy website that you can contact me with. Or you can, you know, if you're on my emailing list, you can get my information off of there. Or if you would like to get my emails, I send out, you know, 1 or 2 a week as updates of what's going on in Stampin' Up and what's going on in my business too. So, and if you already know you want to join, hey, on the Tweet Be Happy Facebook page, there's a link where you can join me. And then if you have questions as you're filling out your card or whatever, just give me a call and I'll be available. So anyway, can you tell that I love Stampin' Up? Can you tell that I love working with people? I love working with color, paper, creating things, and I love to send mail. So for right now, I'm gonna leave that part of our live tonight, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about our kits collections that we have. Now, did you know that Stampin' Up has 2 kinds of kits? They have kits that have, you know, ink and stamps, and they have kits that are not, that don't have stamps and ink in them. So there's 2 kinds of kits, and there's various different projects why there isn't stamps and inks. Like there's a haunted house for Halloween, for example. Well, you don't need to stamp that, and you don't need to ink it because all the parts are already, it's like a gingerbread house that you put together as a haunted house. I'm going to be doing that this weekend with my grandsons. Oh, I hope they're not watching because it's supposed to be a surprise. But anyway, so for yesterday, today, and tomorrow, if the kits are on sale up to 30% off, and what a great way to get additional value if you wanted to sign up for a starter kit. So you would possibly get, another kit just because of the sale that's going on. So our kits come with everything you need for a fun and creative experience. They have, there's kits that are for season's greetings to birthday wishes to home decor. And you can find about anything that would suit your crafting needs in our kits collection. There again, it's and with up to 30% off October 6th through 8th, which is Monday through Wednesday. Now's the perfect time to grab that kit. Grab 2 or 3 that you've been eyeing. And some kits may sell out faster than others. So don't wait to start shopping. So let's go ahead and I'm going to turn my camera down for right now. And I'm going to show you a couple of other handouts that I have here that I want to just talk briefly about. I'm going to adjust my camera here. I should have told you to close your eyes if you got dizzy. I'm going to slide this back just a little bit. So I don't need my mouse right there. Let's move that mouse up over here for right now. Okay, so as you have seen, there is my script that I was reading from. There again, my OCD kicks in, and I want to make sure that I don't forget anything, but that's no guarantee either. So anyway, I told you about our giant special, which is here. I highly recommend doing the $35 kit, and you get $125 worth of products. So, and if you're interested and need a little bit more to read about, I do have I have a 3-pager here that I could share with you, and it would give the couple of different options. And if there is a demonstrator that is watching tonight and they would like a copy of this, please just make a comment under this live here that you would like me to email you the join the Stampin' Up community. I'm going to call it a brochure, and you are welcome to use that. Another thing I want to share with you is another option you could possibly use if you wanted to do the starter kit is our 12 days of crafting advent calendar. This would be something else that you could put into your kit. I have mine now. I got mine yesterday. I haven't opened it up yet because I told myself I needed to do this, this, and this, and get it done. I got this and this, but not that done. So anyway, but you do open it up, and it comes with 12 different little pieces, parts, papers, embellishments, whatever, besides a set of stamps. So I think it's very worth the $99. So let's see here now. Let's go ahead and do a kit. Clear off my surface here, and I have Jesse and Jeff here tonight. They're going to be helping us again. I don't know if you can see them up there on the top of my glass mat. This glass mat is something that would also be very nice to put in your starter kit. I love this glass mat. I can pretty much guarantee that my work surface is pretty clear for this. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with the first kit I'm going to show you is called the Painted Wishes Kit. And I will be holding a class on this come October 22nd, I believe it is. October 22nd in Clarion at the Pushin' Up Daisies, which is a beautiful venue. We will be starting there at 5 o'clock on that Wednesday night, and we're usually done, about, 6:30 or so. So this will be the kit that we're going to be actually putting together that night, and I like to do one of them ahead of time. So I thought, why not put it together tonight? Now, when you get these kits, remember how I told you everything would be contained? I need to tell you that right now for the next, until tomorrow night at midnight, this kit normally is $15 and it is $13.50 right now. So it comes in a nice little wrap, and it'll have double-sided tape on it. In it, it'll have some gems that you use. It'll have some dimensionals. All of this comes in the kit now. It'll have this beautiful gold thread. It'll have these illustrated instructions. And we're going to go ahead and put the first card together. And if you look at this, you're going to see where it actually tells you to put the double-sided tape on the back of the lemon lime twist. And it shows you where to put the dimensionals. And then it'll show you that you need to cut 14 inches of the gold rope, tie it in a bow, and stick it to one of the dimensionals on the back of the sentiment, and then you use 3 adhesives. So let's go ahead and create it, okay? While I was working on this earlier tonight, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get more bang for my buck. So what I did, and I won't do it for the next couple of cards because I do not want to confuse you. I do not want you to think that you have to do any cutting or whatever, because you don't have to. So what I did was, and then look at these beautiful envelopes that come with it. Isn't that pretty? And that's all ready to go. So what I did was I took the card base and I trimmed it down so that I could get 2 more, or I could get 2 cards out of this green color. And I believe this green color is garden green, if I remember right. On the back here, it will tell you that coordinating Stampin' Up colors: garden green, lemon lime twist, moody mauve, petal pink, pretty peacock, and wild wheat. So I know wild wheat just got retired, but that was an in color for 23 and 25. But isn't that color just smashing? So what I'm going to do is that's going to be my card base. So I've cut this card. This was the original card base. I trimmed that down, just took 1/4 of an inch off. And then when I did that, obviously, I then had to trim this white piece off. So you do not need to do that, but I like to do that because I like to get more bang for my buck from the kit. And that's not, you don't have to do that. It's not necessary. Okay, so let's go ahead, and the back of the green piece, which is this right here, we need to put, it looks like 3 rows of the tear and tape. So let's go ahead and do something like this, 3 rows. And you could make sure it's on there really straight, or you could just do like I'm doing. This double-sided tape is amazing tape. If you want something to hold, this will certainly hold your project together. I'm going to take your pick tool and pull off the backing, something like this, and then I've got to garbage can right to my left here. I try to keep my work surface as clean as possible, which is a chore in itself to do. Kind of a challenge, though, if you know what I mean. So then, oh, you know what? Darla already made a mistake. Did you guys notice that? I was supposed to be putting the double-sided tape on the front of this. I put it on the back, because over here on the back is where the dimensionals are. So no big deal, no big deal. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and stick this down onto the original card base, something like this. See, that's why I put these cards together before I have the kit class at Pushing Up Daisies on the 22nd of October. Then that way I will have, you know, maybe caught some things like that. Maybe somebody caught that before I did. If you did, why didn't you tell me? Oh, yep, Barrett, you see your Jessie? Yeah, yep, she's hanging out with us, isn't she? Yeah. So, okay. So you were supposed to, or I was supposed to put 5 dimensionals on the back of this green, okay? Well, instead of doing the green, we're going to go ahead and do the 5 dimensionals on the back of the white. So it's no big deal. Rather than the layer being, you know, with both layers being up, we'll just have one layer up this time. No big deal. It's our way, isn't it? However we want to do it. So take your pick tool is my fingernails. I don't have fingernails, and it's real handy for me to use. So let's go ahead and put this layer then, and it looks like if you look here at the directions, the flower is on the top side, so I would have put that on wrong too if I hadn't looked at the directions. And then you will just need to put it down on top of the lemon lime twist. Now that's pretty just like that, isn't it, you guys? So, but remember, we are going to add the oh boy, what color is this? Wild wheat card. We're going to add that. So I think that adds just a little bit more color, another layer of color. Looks like fall. I don't know what the temperature is like at where you guys are at, but in Iowa, it's been hot. It's been unseasonably hot. So then when I put this layer on, this is the opened end, and I know this is going to be my top, but I like to, a tip I like to do is, it's real easy to see those three sides, isn't it, when you have it like this? So then go ahead, put it down, and there you go. Now, if you haven't figured it out by now, which I just did, the reason they have that space there is because of this greeting, isn't it? So if you put it up a lot higher, it would be, it would cover up that flower. So what are they saying now about this? They're saying we need to cut 14 inches of the gold twine, I'm going to call it. I don't know if that's the proper word. Now, when you get one of these glass mats, at the bottom of the mat is a 13. So then you just go another inch, and that would be your 14. Okay? That looks kind of long, doesn't it? But well, you want to be able to tie a nice bow. Who likes to tie bows? I love to tie bows. I love to tie them because you can play with them. You can resize them however you want. Now, it looks like in this example, it's a pretty big bow because the actual knot is going to be behind the sentiment. And then what you're going to see basically is just the two bows on top and then the end. So let's go ahead. So that's why they have it be 14 inches. So it looks like we put 2 dimensionals on here, one at each end. And because I don't want it to sag in the middle, I'm going to put one in the middle too. So go ahead and adhere those. Make sure that, you know, they're stuck well. Take off the backing. And then before you put this on your card, of course, you're going to want to put it on the right way. But that's where this example is showing that you take your bow and adhere it something like this. Okay? So then when you, isn't that pretty? So then you just put it down. Oh, I had it upside down, didn't I? Okay, Barrett and Colt, did you see Grandma made a mistake? I should have had it over like this. And also, did you see when I had that down there, it didn't stick to my glass mat, did it? Now, had that been just paper or something, I would have had a real mess. So, so this is that. Okay, so then I'm going to put my knot over here like that. Boo-boos happen on when you're live. They happen. We just got to giggle about it, don't we? So then this is the way it should look. So then as you put this down, it will go something like that. And then you can push your dimensionals down. Okay? And if you want to, which I'm going to have to do, my, you know, that bow takes up a lot of the stickiness on that dimensional. And is that straight, you guys? Looks like it might be a little crooked. But you could take a glue dot if you wish. And I guess the next card that I do, I'm going to make sure, like this picture here, that this part of the bow is underneath and this part of the bow is on top. So we'll kind of have to work with that, won't we, you guys? So, but that's the card right there. Now, did you see where I didn't stamp it? I didn't use ink on it, did I? It was all just the dimensionals and then the pre-cut, pre-trimmed cardstock. So there is our card number 1. Thank you for your kindness. Yeah, that bow is kind of bugging me. It needs to be more in the center there. Okay, so when I give my class, I'm going to be sure and point that out to the gals that they need to do that. Okay, you ready for card number 2? Card number 2, this is a beautiful card too. The colors are pretty in pink, and then that wild wheat, ooh, makes a beautiful card. So it looks like here, we do the double-sided tape again on the back here. This is really easy to use. I'm trying to work in the camera here. It wants you to do 3 strips. Stampin' Up! Is pretty generous about their supplies when you use these kits like this. I suppose you could run out of double-sided tape, but normally in the past I usually have supplies left over, so I think that's very good of them too. So then it looks like this little wild wheat leaf needs to be in the upper left-hand corner. So let's go ahead and put that on the card then. Something like this. Now this card, I did not cut it apart. I was tempted to, but I want to have it be enjoyable for you guys. And so we will leave it all as the original card base, okay? So then that double-sided tape really sticks well. Your card's not going to fall apart. So the next thing we need to do is, this is a die cut that's already been done. I feel so blessed to have a wonderful, kind, and amazing friend like you. That is the sentiment. It's on the front there. And it looks like in our directions, we put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 5th dimensional, and we do the bow similar to what we did last time. So I'm just making sure that I have my words at the top, because remember last time I had it upside down, and then I'm going to put a dimensional over here. Okay, so our ribbon this time needs to be 16 inches. So let's go ahead and do the 13, and then go ahead and do another 3 inches to get 16. So I don't know, our bow must be a little bigger this time. So let's go ahead. Sometimes it's kind of nice to just kind of run it through your fingers to get it to be straight. And do something like this. This ribbon ties fairly well. It doesn't feel like it's maybe not going to stay tied, but you can make a really nice, a nice bow with it. So let's see now here what we're doing. I'm going to look ahead. It wants us to put the bow on right here on this dimensional, but it looks like once we flip it over, the bows are going to be off to the top or to the sides, aren't they? So let's see what we can do this time. Before I put my bow down to the dimensional, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of hold it behind it to see what it's going to look like. So it will be, I'm not going to lay it on there very hard, but as you can see, my bow is going to have to be stretched out a little bit so that it extends beyond those corners. There again, it's just my perfectionism kicking in. You can do however you want. And then when we do this, then to be like the example, we'll have one bow going out this way, and then the other bow needs to be coming out this way with the tail too then, okay? So it's not too bad. You just kind of plan ahead. And then you're going to lay it down on your card. Something like this. And don't press real hard at first, because you may want to just do a little bit of adjusting. But it looks like it's fairly good, isn't it? I don't know which way I want that to go. It looks like here it was going. So that looks fairly good. So let's go ahead and, you know, push it all down. You could put a few more dimensionals behind if you'd like, but isn't that beautiful? Now wait, there's more. These little pretty peacock gems we need to put on there. And it looks like they used, on your end of your take your pick tool, there's some putty, and that's what you're going to use to, you kind of like grab the sequin and then lift up. And it looks like you put one right there, you put another one, you know, kind of spread them out, the big ones, and then the small ones, you always want to do these in odd numbers. And I hope Deb's watching me tonight. These sequins are a lot easier to get off this paper, Deb, than what we were trying the other night. Now, if you notice, they've done 6, haven't they? Usually we do odd numbers of sequins, but I am learning that Stampin' Up knows what they're doing, and they are probably thinking the odd number is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. This would be the other embellishment. Okay, what do you think of that? Isn't that beautiful? Ooh boy, pretty peacock, pretty in pink, the wild wheat, and then garden green. Very, very, very appropriate for this time of year, I'm thinking. Painted Wishes is this kit, and if you buy it before midnight tomorrow night, it's $13.50. So you can see where it's a fairly fast card to put together. I'm trying to find my card number 3. Boy. Okay, 1, 2, and then here's 3. Okay, so I feel they've done a great job with the direction. So let's go ahead and do the last card of this kit. I'm doing it just like the instructions say. Here's the beautiful envelope that we'll have. And look at this pretty card. So, and it looks like this card is going to be portrait-like. So we need to keep that in mind. And the instructions are telling us to put 3 dimensionals on the back of this round die cut. Wishing the happiest birthday to you. So let's go ahead and do the 3. I would be tempted to do 4, but we're going to follow the directions. When I do things the first time, I always follow the directions, and then you can change it when you do the second card. So then we need another piece of the gold twine, again 14 inches. So let's go ahead and roll it down here, add an inch, and trim it off. So let me see what time it is. I have no idea what time it is. It is 8:45. Okay. So I have a couple more things I wanted to show you yet. So we're kind of just going to run it through our fingers here to get it so that it's straight. And, you know, tie a smaller bow if you want at first to kind of manage it. And then you can always stretch it out further till it's the size, you know, the bows are even. It looks like this time we are putting the bow over towards the, oops, I got to make sure that this is sitting straight up. Okay, so they're putting the bow, the bow will be on there, and it looks like when we finish it, it's kind of going out both sides, just like you would think it would, okay? So let's go ahead and put it right there. I may not have put it, I may have put it too far to the edge. I think I did. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another dimensional on there. Like I said, there's always extra supplies. So let's go ahead. Oh, it might help if I take the backing off though, right? To put that bow on there. And I already know that my bow is not big enough. So we need to stretch this out a little bit. And maybe it'll be too big. But let's go ahead and put it down like this. This twine really has a mind of its own. It's very strong. Okay. So then you flip it over and this will be, kind of looks like ears, doesn't it? I don't know if I like the looks of that. Maybe kind of move it more down like this so it doesn't look like ears. Okay, how's that sound? And then put the tails down so that it's covering, it's going around that dimensional. And it goes right in the middle of, oh, I got my ears back again though, don't I? I don't want that. Well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So then you do something like that. Wishing the happiest birthday to you. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Isn't that just darling? You can play around with it till you get the bow to where you like it to be. But wow, wow. So Painted Wishes is the name of this kit. And there again, we got to put some more jewels on it, some more gems. So it looks like they're using 2 of the bigger ones. So we will put one there in that white space. Put another one down here in this white space. Oops. Put another one down here in this white space. And there again, they're using the 5, aren't they? So try to, you know, put them wherever your eye thinks they need to be. A lot of times they tell us to kind of do them in a triangle too. So like I did a triangle here of 3. And then the triangle is here too. Okay, so that's card number 3. What do you think of that? Painted Wishes. And then it comes with the envelopes. And the envelopes are beautiful, aren't they? So this is the first card kit. This is a non-stamping kit. but it is beautiful. Anybody could put this kit together. And I believe you make 9 cards with this kit. So, yep, kit contains supplies for 9 cards, okay? So that's the Painted Wishes card kit. Beautiful, isn't it? You think the gals at the class will enjoy doing that? So when you, if you don't finish your project, you can just put everything back in your kit here, and it's ready to go when you're ready to either start addressing the envelopes or you're ready to finish the kit. The next kit that I wanted to show you was let's see here, Beautiful Blues kit. This was the kit that we did last month at the Pushing Up Daisies, and it is beautiful. The colors are Night of Navy, and in here again, Basic White, Blueberry Bushel, and Night of Navy. I have forgotten about Blueberry Bushel, but after I did this card kit, I was reminded of how beautiful that Blueberry Bushel is. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. So this, one of the cards that you do is, excuse me, the envelopes are all, you know, decorated again, and it comes with a stamp set. And it comes with a die cut that's the Night of Navy, and then you put it on the Blueberry Bushel card base, and then you put this die cut on there, and you stamp the Sending Love. That was one of the cards. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And then look at this card too. This card is done on the Basic White, and the die cuts are, I'm not sure, Darla goofed up on this one, but I used the wrong side of the die cuts. You're actually supposed to use the other side, but I kind of like the white. You're in my thoughts. And then another one was this one right here, where it had already had the stamping of the leaves on it, and then you just did another die cut, and this time the die cut was supposed to be white on both sides. Darla did this one right. And this is Wishing You Comfort. And then, of course, you could stamp inside whatever you wanted to. So, what I did with this kit was, you know, it had the double-sided tape. It has the block in there. It's got the little ink spot of Night of Navy. And then it has this stamp set that comes with it. And what I told them to do was it comes in 3 languages, but just to go ahead and do kind of a trifold, and then you could stick your stamps inside of there to keep them safe. So that's the Brightest Blues kit. Now you're going to want to know how much that one is, and that one is normally $23, and it is $18.40 until midnight tomorrow night on the Kits Collection sale. Okay, we don't have a lot of time. I don't want to take up all of your night, but this next kit is really a favorite of mine. There's only been a couple of kits that actually come with a little storage box. In this box, I haven't double-sided the tape yet because I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing. But this is the World Card Making Day kit. It comes in this larger size box with this case that you can put the cards in. And that kit is normally $32, and it's now $28.80. So another little bit of a savings. And I see here that I didn't put my light on. Oh my goodness. Does that help? Does that make it brighter? Sorry about that. So then you would open up this box, and inside of here would be a kit like we've had with the other ones tonight. Everything you need to make this kit comes in this box. So if you need to gift somebody a nice gift that is a paper crafter or somebody who likes to mail a lot of cards, this would be a perfect gift. And if you buy it before midnight tomorrow night, it would cost you $28.80, okay? So there again, it comes with the instructions, and I have already mounted some of the stamps on blocks. You get one block with the kit, but I went ahead and mounted a couple of them. I think I'll just do 1 or 2 cards since we're kind of running out of time here tonight. But because I want to show you this, I'm gonna carry on, okay? Now, I like seashells. Do you guys like seashells? Yes. Okay. So what we need to do is the ink spot that comes with this is Secret Sea, which is my new favorite, black or gray. So let's go ahead, and I will use the regular size ink pad. And what we're going to need to do is we need to put the Wishing You the Best, which is this stamp right here. We need to put that stamp onto the acrylic black. So I have already done that to save time. And then we are going to need to stamp it onto this white label, okay? And I'm going to bring out my my piercing mat, because you get a better stamp image if you have, you know, some soft underneath of it. Okay, Wishing You the Best. Now, one thing I always recommend, I have not stamped with this stamp yet, so I always recommend to do a test. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab a piece out of the garbage, and it looks like it's going to work pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it again. Isn't that pretty? The different size fonts. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my chamois, and I am going to I'm going to clean off my black. A chamois is another thing. It's just like a car chamois. No chemicals, just water. So let's go ahead and pat it. Take your stamp lightly, like just do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then take it over. You can see it through the block. Excuse me. Hold it down onto your sentiment like this. Just briefly hold it there. Don't wiggle it, and lift straight up. Wishing you the best, okay? Go ahead and clean your stamp right away so that you know, don't get ink anywhere. Close your ink pad. And let's go ahead and assemble this card. It looks like they want us to, so we got to cut 15 inches of the ribbon. And this time we're not using gold. We're using off-white. So let's go ahead and cut that. So there's 13. And then 2 more inches would be 15. So let's go ahead and trim that. So we've got that. And so we're going to, so this is the card base, this Knight of Navy, or I bet it's Secret Sea. Knight of Navy, or Secret Sea card base. And then they've got this die cut, which is this beautiful, oh boy, what's this called? It lives in the water. What's it called? It's living. Anyway, that is the design that's on the top. Why can't I think of what that is? But you're going to, it tells us to turn it over and grab the dimensionals that came with the kit, which, look at this big sheet of dimensionals we got this time. So you're going to want to put them like 3 and 3. So go ahead and just break them up like this. Go 1 in the corners, and then you don't want the center to sag. Coral reef, that's what it is, coral reef. I think that is, has anybody scuba dived before? Everybody needs to do that at least once in their life. You get to go down and see the beautiful colors that the coral reef is. So, so let's go ahead and take this off. And there again, you noticed how I put it fairly close to the corners. You don't want it so close that you can see it because the dimensionals are white. So you're going to want to put them kind of, you know, close but yet not. And then you want the center to hold up. So that's why you're putting it that way. So let's go ahead and put it on the card. Something like this. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's pretty just like that, isn't it, you guys? I didn't get it on real perfect. It looks like there's just a little bit more room here than there, but there again, I noticed it, and now you notice it because I told you about it. So, so we're gonna take the, you know, the two shells, and they want us to put dimensionals again. See, they even tell you where to put the dimensionals. They want you to put the dimensionals at the top and the bottom, and they want you to cut 1 in half right there, it looks like, and then 1 there, and then there's got to be 2 on the back of the sentiment. So let's go ahead and do that. So the dimensionals that they want you to cut, just go ahead on your dimensionals right here and just cut 1 in half like that right there. Okay, we do have mini dimensionals too, by the way. Actually, they used both parts of this. See how it's 2 moon shapes right there? Okay, good job. Good job, Darla, that you could see that. You noticed it before you made a boo-boo. So go ahead, and they want you to put it like in the smaller areas, and the dimensionals do stick well, but that's okay. You want your card to stay together. And then you put a whole dimensional on the shell right here. Okay, and then let's flip this over, and if you notice, and I think I know why, but do you see on the dimensionals on the sentiment here? It's not way over here, is it? That's because it's going to be on top of where this is lifted up already. So you don't need any more height there. You want your sentiment to be level, don't you? You don't want it to be going up and down. Okay. So it looks like we then put the sentiment on first. Oops. Got to get that dang take your pick tool. So where does the bow go? We tied a bow, but it doesn't show it adhered to these pieces like it has on that other kit, but we're doing another kit now. So it looks like it's just put on first, doesn't it, underneath of the sentiment. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I do is I always kind of cut it in half, or, you know, fold it in half, and then I know about where the center of the tails should be, or have them be even. Now this isn't as slippery as that other. This is more like twine. That other stuff was gold cording. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't do a very good job because this one's a lot shorter than that, but it's going to be okay. So then it looks like I need to have the bows be a little bit longer, because in this example, the tails are pretty much the tails are as long as the bow is. So then we'll have to cut this one off. Okay, so let's go ahead, and wishing you the best. It looks like it's like, I don't know, about, I don't know, 2 inches up from the bottom, we'll say. And it looks like it goes clear out to the Secret C card base. So we put it clear out there. You could, where you put it is totally up to you. Okay, now that ribbon or that twine isn't attached yet, is it? So then we're going to want to put on, let's take the backings off of these two pieces. And this longer one goes, it will hold down part of this ribbon, and I'm going to try to get it to, isn't that cute? Isn't that darling? And then you try to get the dimensionals so that it fits over, you know, it doesn't sit on top of this, it fits down below. And I was successful with that one, but nope, that one's okay too. Okay, so then this one, then you have to be careful that when you put this one on, that you are off of the white. Does that make sense? So that everything is level. No big deal, no big deal. If yours doesn't turn out that way, that's fine, no big deal. Okay, so there's that card. That's cute, just like that, isn't it? Okay, now it looks like we have some gold. And then we have, I don't know, I want to call that pretty peacock. What colors did I say was, did I even read to you what the colors were here, the coordinating colors? I don't think I did. Coordinating colors, basic beige, crumb cake, Lost Lagoon, petal pink, secret sea, very vanilla. So it's Lost Lagoon. That's what those gems are. So let's go ahead and use our take your pick tool. It looks like we're only using the gold right now, and they've done, oh, they're all the same size. Okay, so go ahead and, you know, slide the gold one off here, and it looks like it goes about right there. Okay, and then the next one. Okay, you can put these anywhere you want, and then put it down here like in another kind of a bare spot. And the third one, I'm having trouble seeing where the third one is. Looks like it's right above the yeah, these are a little bit harder to slide off. Looks like it's like right above here. So so something like that. What do you think? Now, isn't that absolutely beautiful? Wishing you the best. Now, there are some additional stamps, obviously. So you could say, there's thanks so much, a stamp set you could stamp inside. There's also happy birthday you could stamp inside. They don't show us stamping anything inside, but that doesn't mean that you can't stamp the inside. So that is that card. And then where did the envelope go? Did I not have the envelopes out? Okay. We will get them in just a minute. We're going to do one more card. Sorry, it's a little bit after 9, but I want you guys to see this rainbow card. And there again, not having any nails. Look at this beautiful card, you guys. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So there is, so this is pre-printed already. That's cute, just like that, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? So I don't know if I would put all those colors together. I love them together. What were they again? They were, so like now when I get done with that kit and I start working on maybe, I don't know, some Christmas cards or something like that, I'm going to try putting these colors together. Basic beige, crumb cake, Lost Lagoon, petal pink, secret sea, and very vanilla. Isn't that beautiful? So let's, this is card number 3, actually, even though it's card number 2, okay? So what they're going to want us to do is on this little sentiment here, we are going to stamp Hello Sunshine. So let's bring our piercing mat back out. And Hello Sunshine is right here. Boy, I can think of several people that I would like to send that card to that says, hello, sunshine. And there again, I have not used these stamps yet. So let's just make sure, oh, isn't that pretty? Let's just make sure that it's going to stamp nice, and it did. So let's go ahead and clean it off. Sometimes from the factory, it may have a little bit of oil or something on it. So my ink pad is the Secret C. So you do 1, 2, 3, and you can kind of look through it to make sure that, you know, the ink is pretty even. And then you just go straight down, hold it for just a little bit, and then lift straight up. Oh my goodness, isn't that pretty? So go ahead and clean your stamp. Now this hello sunshine, that would be something that you could put on the inside of a card too. So let's go ahead and close this ink pad up. Now keep in mind, I have not done these cards before, so that's why there's some little goofs going on every once in a while. We need to cut 15 inches of this ribbon. So let's go ahead and pull that off, and I can see 13 and then another 2 inches. I can see I kind of have a mess here. I couldn't find the end of this where it started, so I just cut into the spool. So I don't think we need that anymore. We'll put that back. Are there any questions? Thank you, Dolores, for your nice comments. I appreciate that. So let's figure out now, what do we need to do with this rainbow? It looks like we are going to put the crumb cake side, you know, that's the front. So it looks like there's 4 dimensionals on there, something like this. And then there's another one of those half dimensionals. If you see right there, you cut the dimension, the dimensional in half. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back down here, and let's just continue going straight across here. So we'll grab that dimensional that we cut in half, and you put it like in this part of the rainbow. And there again, you would do that so that it would stay raised. So let's go ahead and take off the backings. Now you're going to want to be really careful when you take off that little half one, because you're not going to want to tear the paper, are you? So let's go ahead and put this on top of our card base here. And it looks like it just sits on top of there, something like this. So you can kind of see the other rainbows and stuff. You can kind of see through the die cut. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Isn't that darling? I can see my dimensional just a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if you can kind of tuck that up underneath there. But anyway, there you go. There you go. So you would go ahead and tie the bow. Let's pretend I tied the bow. And then you would go ahead and put the sentiment on there. And then, oh, you know what? Let's just take a minute or so to finish this. There's just one dimensional on the back of here. And this darling little flower goes up here on top of the rainbow, something like this. Isn't that precious? Oh my goodness. And the sentiment gets on each corner, because obviously there's no other layers there. So, but I got to figure out that bow. Boy, if you're somebody that doesn't like bows, we've tied a lot of bows tonight, haven't we? So let's go ahead and see. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, and I would not do this very often, but you really don't even need to tie a bow. You could actually just make the shape of a bow. I saw this on somebody's video this week when I was watching it, that they just laid it on there. Look at that. Who knows that I didn't tie a bow? What do you think of that? I can hardly wait to show one of my ladies that comes to classes. She does not want to tie a bow. She's getting better at it, but she will just love this trick. So then you go ahead and you just put that right on top of there. I'm sorry if I raised my voice, but I just think that is so cute that it looks just like a bow, doesn't it? And then on this one, we use the Lost Lagoon embellishments, it looks like. And so, oh goodness. What do you guys think of these World Card Making Day cards? Aren't they just really special? And then this one is inside there. Now, do you see how this one went in as a triangle? Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's quickly find our envelopes here. I know they're in here. I wonder what Darla did with them. Well, let me see here just a minute. Too bad you guys can't see my my pretty little smiley face right now. Oh, I'm sure there's envelopes here with this. Oh, yes, here they are. I left them in the box, okay? So here are, did we do 3 cards or did we do 2? We just did 2. Okay. I was hoping to have time to do 3, but we just did the 2. So go ahead and put everything back in this kit when you get done and finish it, you know, the next day or, you know, when you have a few minutes. Everything fits back into this nice little box. But the best part is this little container right here. Look at this little container. And obviously that needs to be adhered. I'm not really sure what goes in there. Maybe a pen or something. But anyway, so this is the box. And it looks like my light quit, didn't it? It's not bright anymore. So then you would go ahead and look at these beautiful envelopes. Lost Lagoon. Oh, look at the front. So you would go ahead and you would have this card already. And then you would go ahead and put this card in here. And it would be all ready. So when you have your occasion that you need to be, you know, addressing envelopes with, you just select out the card that you would like. And voila, you would be done. So what do you guys think of that? That is the World Card Making Day kit. It is very, very nice. I hope if you did not get this kit that you will consider ordering it. It is until midnight tomorrow night. It's only $28.80 and it's called the Handmade and Heartfelt. And the number is 166213. But look at those little cards. I bet you could, I don't know how many cards you could fit in there, but I bet at least 4 of them would fit in there. So you could have at least 12 in here. And then you could put a little pen or something in there, or your roll of postage stamps or whatever you'd like. So, okay. So I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have tonight. And I hope that you have a great rest of your week. And if there's anything that you need or anything that you have a question that you'd like to ask me about, please get a hold of me. I'm here for you. So I love what I do, and I love to share what I do. So I'm signing off for now. God bless. Thank you.